Come in. Ah, hi. Hello. Good. You see me once more admiring that Roger Wagner picture. Actually, I need to straighten it slightly. I had it down to show someone. Do you remember this extraordinary picture of the Reapers and how much I admire his work? Well, something came in the post today which I really, really must tell you about. So, do come over and have a little look at this. Watch out for Zara. Yeah. So this is what's arrived. The Quarantine Quatrains, a new Rubaiyat, Malcolm Guite, with illustrations by Roger Wagner, the very artist that we looked at there. Now, a new Rubaiyat. Let me explain about this. You may remember some time ago I showed you this beautiful reproduction of a medieval a Persian manuscript of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. This is a beautiful Folio Society edition, and it's Fitzgerald's beautiful translation, famous translation, but with original medieval Persian miniatures. And there's its famous opening. Awake for morning in the bowl of night has flung the stone that puts the stars to flight. And lo, the hunter in the east has caught the Sultan's turret in a noose of light, dreaming when dawn's left hand was in the sky. There it all is. And every so often in this edition, alongside the beautiful quatrains of Fitzgerald's translation, we get these exquisite Persian miniatures, because of course the poem, the original Rubaiyat, was in Persian. So, a lovely, lovely book. And anyway, you may also remember that some time ago, and I think I may have read you one of these, I started to write a new Rubaiyat, as it were, some quatrains in the same metre, called Quarantine Quatrains. And as I did so, they came to the attention of Roger Wagner, and he and I thought of a wonderful thing. Why didn't we make a limited edition, beautifully printed, signed, new Rubaiyat with, now look at this, beautiful, beautiful illustrations by Roger Dungray himself on this wonderful Nepalese paper to go along with my new poetry, to make it really a new Rubaiyat. But we weren't doing this simply to make something fine for collectors. We thought that wasn't actually so appropriate. What we really wanted to do, since the final part of this poem is a kind of elegy for all the care workers who've lost their lives, we got in touch, here it is, with the Care Workers Charity, which is this wonderful charity that cares for people who are themselves carers and gives them breaks and covers when they have to go into self-isolation because they've picked up COVID in the course of caring for others. It's a wonderful charity. So all profits from this are going to go to that. Roger and I are giving our work for free. Let me share it with you. Why don't you come over and sit down, and I'll just give you a little sampling of the poems. Anyway, this is going to be limited to, well, we've printed it now and here it is in existence. It's going to be limited to 600 copies, and all copies will be numbered in order of production, and all of them will be signed by both me and Roger. I should think Roger's signature is probably worth more than mine. People collect his art. Anyway, I'm going to read you just maybe one or two bits of it. So this is the very opening of it, Quarantine Quatrains, a new Rubaiyat. And you'll see that the picture has the glass of wine, the bowl with the reflection of the light in the water. This is about that first sense that we had of our whole life being changed and not going into work and that kind of thing. It's really early in the lockdown. Awake to what was once a busy day, when you would rush and hurry on your way, snatch at your breakfast, start the grim commute. But time and tide have turned another way. For now, like you, the day is yawning wide, and all its old events are set aside. It opens gently for you, takes its time, and holds for you whatever you decide. This morning's light is brighter than it seems. Your room is raftered with its golden beams. The bowl of night was richly filled with sleep, and dawn's left hand is holding all your dreams. Your mantel clock still sounds its silver chime. The empty page invites an idle rhyme. This quarantine has taken many things, but left you with the precious gift of time. Your time is all your own, yet not your own. The rose may open or be overblown. So breathe in this day's fragrance whilst you may. To each of us the date of death's unknown. Then settle at your desk, uncap your pen, and open the old manuscript again. The empty hours may tease you out of thought, yet leave you with a poem now and then. And so that's the first of 7 sections, each of which, look, there's one I wrote about being on Zoom. And Roger did this very beautiful thing in which the Zoom screen has become a kind of iconostasis of the saints, and the Alpha and the Omega are there too. But you'll understand why I decided to give all the profits from the sale of this book to the Care Workers Charity when I read you this final section. There's the lovely illustration, a candle and a cross and the crescent moon. So I mention particularly those care workers who gave their lives to care for others in this part. At close of day I hear the gentle rain, whilst experts on the radio explain mind-numbing numbers rising by the day, ciphers of unimaginable pain. Each evening they announce the deadly toll, and patient voices calmly call the roll. I hear the numbers, cannot know the names behind each number, mind and heart and soul. Behind each number, one beloved face, a light in life whom no one can replace, leaves on this world a signature, a trace, a gleaning and a memory of grace. All loved and loving, carried to the grave, the ones whom every effort could not save. Amongst them, all those carers whose strong love bought life for others with the lives they gave. The sun sets, and I find myself in prayer, lifting aloft the sorrow that we share. Feeling for words of hope amidst despair, I voice my vespers through the quiet air. O Christ, who suffers with us, hold us close, deep in the secret garden of the rose. Raise over us the banner of your love, and raise us up beyond our last repose. And so that's the end of it, and that will make you understand why it's all for the Care Workers Charity, always there for social care workers. So it's here and it's in the world, and very shortly we're going to be able to post it off to people. I'll let you know the page on Roger's site that you can get this from. I think it's going to come out at £15, but that actually will cover all the postage even to America as well. And the vast majority of that, of course, will go to the Care Workers Charity. Once we've paid for printing and postage, it all goes to them. But I'm glad it exists in the world, and it's always nice to see a new book born. Thanks for stopping by.